Welcome back. So you guys literally just left the mountainside with the slaves, heading down this long, narrow trail that leads down into the heart of a forest. It is early morning, the sound of the birds chirping and the wind blowing through the tree branches as you guys finally make your way down the cliffside. It was a narrow pass, but you guys all made it down with ease. In the far distance, you can see small smoke billowing over the tree line as you descend down to the foot of the opening of the forest. It is like an orchestra in the mind as you hear the leaves dance to an unheard beat, whispers of the songs in the wind. The embraciveness of the thick wooden oaks outline a small narrow path that you see before you.
I hear those birds in Michigan all the time. They drive me nuts.
Sorry, my son came downstairs. I had to mute myself for a second.
Fucking piece of shit. I'll be right back.
Yeah, how dare he? Well, me and Blake can enjoy it. You can keep going.
From the rich brown earthen hues to the forest ground and the sweet blooms of yellow petals and orange petals outline the mossy grove as it wanes down and the vines tangle amongst the bushes. You guys start making your way through the path, and it's serene and beautiful. But as you look up, you can see that the storm clouds are coming from the east, and it looks like if you guys don't make it to the city in time, it'll probably start downpouring in about, maybe you could probably estimate with a nature check how long it's going to take for it to maybe start snowing, or not snowing, raining. You guys...
Isn't it cold here, though? I thought that this was... Oh, no, it was summer. Sorry, yep. I forgot.
It is summer. I'm going to... This is what you guys kind of see. As the path kind of opens up and the trees kind of encroach each other.
Yeah, because he had found that path.
Correct. Wakasa minds to himself as he just keeps pace, leading the front, looking forward and searching as the path just seems to wind and weave in and out of vision as you guys continue down this winding road. If you guys anything you guys want to talk about while you're on your journey, just please.
Well, how far away am I from 7? Is he walking
probably within like
the slave?
10 to 15 feet. You guys are all kind of walking in like
so he could hear me. I don't
like
have to like
2x2s
right
or so. Yeah, he could be. I mean, everyone's fairly close. You guys have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 slaves with you guys.
I will stroll up to alongside Seven to and kind of say, hey, how you holding up?
It's been a rough, long journey so far.
Is
I don't know if I've fully processed everything that happened back there yet.
Is this the first time you've experienced loss on a journey?
This is the first time me personally have experienced loss. But
Oh.
I recall Atticus had loss. So I do know what it feels like to have loss.
Who is Atticus?
This is a long story to tell from what little bits and pieces that I know. My memories are slowly coming back to me here and there.
Your memories?
Yes. I don't know if Wakasa and if you were able to talk to him or Limity before we lost him. But I'm a memory shard of Atticus. So when he died, they had retrieved it and they put it into this body. So I am slowly getting his memories back.
So you're just a memory. You're not your own person?
Well, I know I'm my own person, but I am still part of what Atticus is.
Oh. I think I understand. So you're your own person, and you're not controlled by whoever Atticus was, but you are his consciousness? His memories?
I house some of his memories, yes. I create my own memories, but I do remember bits and pieces of his life. It's hard to explain as if I've never gone through this before.
How old are you?
Maybe Wakasa would know. Me?
Yeah,
I'm not sure. Atticus, I know he was well over 900.
Oh. So does that make you 900?
I guess you could say in a general sense, yes.
That's very old. How did he live to be so old?
That is still a mystery to me. If I ever find out, or that memory comes back to me, I will gladly share.
See. So, again, not to get off topic, I'm sorry that your friends, one of your friends, well, let's stay hopeful, went missing, and another one, died fighting the Hydra. The Steel Sun Bros leader, I believe you called him.
I wasn't very close with him, but very close with Limity.
Well, what makes you so sure that he's gone?
I don't know. I just have a feeling. I don't know if that Hydra is the same thing that...
Well, there was the note that he left. It said, get out.
Yes, but he could have had that before he died.
Yeah.
All right, I'm here. Sorry about that. I was taking the most best shit of my life.
Yeah, so I suppose he could have read it before he died, but that doesn't make, I don't know, it doesn't make all the sense to me. I
Well, there was only
suppose
one way out of that cave, and it was the waterway that we took,
that we
as we
know
blocked
of,
the other
yeah.
way. So, in my heart of hearts, I believe he is dead. But I will keep up hope that maybe one day I will see him again.
Uh, there are magics that exist that allow. Would he allow himself to be scryed upon, or no?
Out of character, are you talking to me or are you talking
I'm
to...
talking to. I'm talking to Seven.
Okay. I don't think he would care, but I don't think I ever had that conversation with Limity.
I don't have such abilities, but I know that there are people who do. Uh, my wife being able to do this, but I never learned from her myself. Um,
Oh, you
yes,
are married, huh?
yes, I am. I'm not from here, so it's probably not a formal marriage as you know it. I we're both druids, or nature's guardians is the word that I was familiar with when I was younger, but throughout all of my travels, I've kept encountering the term druid. So I
Huh.
guess when
Atticus was a druid.
oh, your memory donor.
Sure, I guess you could state it that way.
Yeah. Um. So what? You're a wizard, but you fight with a sword.
I think the generalized term is
There two?
a
How many
magus.
movements are there?
Magus is that, and you just. I guess this spurs another question. You you harbor memories of this other man inside your head, but did you just come into being? Did you wake up? Did were you someone else before this? Do you know these answers? I'm just realized as I ask you these questions, you may not have these answers, but I such a unique situation. I've never met anyone else with your story.
From what I know, I was just laying dormant until I was brought back
So you've always had
with
a
new
body,
memories.
or you are made of flesh and bone, correct? Or am I being presumptuous?
I don't know that to be correct. I think the generalized term is android, but I have human features, yes, as you can see.
When you're
But
wounded in battle, bleed like how I would, like or
I
or
don't
have
think I would bleed to the extent that you would.
hmm curious. I I'm sorry if this is all an invasion of privacy.
Oh, I didn't even know there was anything.
I don't mean to pry into your past or nosy. This thought that perhaps you looked a little down. I may be mistaken in thinking that, and thought I could perhaps distract you with some idle conversation.
Dakota, you were leading the group as you guys pushed your way through the woods and the forests. And the first picture that I shared with the party was kind of the sight and like what you guys are seeing.
Okay.
You seen that Seven and Gabriel were towards the back, and they were just chatting as you were up in the front, and the slaves were kind of in between you guys, or now the free people.
Okay.
You guys,
Do I sense any kind of imminent threats, or am I kind of just casually walking behind?
you're casually leading the group down the trail as you do know that if you guys don't make it to town within the next hour or two, it's gonna start raining.
Is it dark out, or is it during the day?
You guys left about the morning time.
Mm-hmm. So, how many hours have gone by?
It's gonna it's probably been about two hours or so. Slow moving through the forest. The forest is dense and it weaves and waves.
Everyone's all good.
Yeah, everyone's
all good.
everyone should be pretty good.
All right, stamina-wise, we're all good. We all got a good night's rest and shit.
Yes.
Cool. So yeah, we could probably travel for 8 hours on in there, right?
Yeah, you guys can totally travel that. So as you
Okay.
guys get farther in, the path opens up more, and you guys see this.
Currently, while I'm walking around trying to get myself ready and stuff, so I can't really see anything. But
Old, large beams. Looks like a sign that's fallen down, and it's laying on the side of this like archway in the middle of this path as it opens up into a larger trail. There are hanging ropes that have different house symbols, but they're all mossy and old and looks like they haven't really been messed with in years.
I just realized I'm a terrain. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna interrupt this.
You're a terrain expert, I know.
Yeah.
You could totally take the lead if you like, but I mean, you guys are
No.
basically
It's pointless for me. It's pointless for me. Continue, please. Sorry, I was more or less speaking out loud when I shouldn't.
No, you're fine. As you walk forward the path, you could see inside of the mossed over ground start to become a stone pathway that just has been overgrown with moss and grass and weeds as they overtake. Every about 25 feet is another pillar, or like not a pillar, like a wooden archway that is just standing, ropes wrapped around it. One of the signs is legible. It says Roth Falls.
Roth Falls. And is this towards the direction we're heading towards that town, or we know that that town is still far ahead?
The town is probably about another hour or so ahead of where you guys are, and
so it's definitely close.
you could assume that the sign is naming the town as Roth Falls.
And then so basically, what you're telling me is it looks like shit hit the fan in this area, from what I'm hearing.
Well, just like a lot of the other areas, you could assume that giants raided and pillaged, so the roads are less traveled, besides from maybe mercenaries or guilds or warriors or army, like things like that. Like, this is a small trail, so it'd be one of the less likely spots for people to travel through these days.
We would tell if a giant was coming
Yeah.
because it's such a small, narrow trail.
They would the giants would have to be one by ones down these trails.
They trample this undergrowth. Does it look fairly fresh, or?
Yes. Here and there you see turned over trees that are laying on their sides and broken down. Maybe it looks like some maybe got hit by lightning at one point and have fallen into others.
Okay, I can imagine it now. I'm looking at it now. I'm locked in. Okay. Ooh, looks like a mystical forest a little bit. Wakasa feels at home. This is kind of the same environment Wakasa grew up in the mountains, the kind of like growth, but so all this is fresh. Yeah, I guess Wakasa will consult the party, more or less.
You guys been walking for quite a while now.
You know,
I know that some of the free men are now probably getting a little tired.
What's the name of your character again, Kevin? I'm sorry. I've been learning new names at work. I've been learning new names at
Gabriel.
Gabriel. Angelos of the Blood Ravens.
Nope, that's not his name.
That's how I remember. Yeah, Wakasa looks over towards specifically more towards Gabriel because Gabriel's been very knowledgeable when it comes to terrain and other things, and knowing more aspects of this area. Kind of looks over at you, Gabriel, and goes, "This kind of looks fresh, doesn't it, Gabriel?"
What can I discern from this, Ryan? If he's like pointing, what is he asking me? The trail, the sign that we just saw.
The trees, the signs, everything kind of just like it looks like this has been recently kind of walked through, kind of. But I didn't explain it as that. I just said.
So what would that be? Would that be a survival check or a nature check, Ryan?
Nature for the surroundings, survival for the trail.
Oh my goodness, I am such an oaf when it comes to finding my...
They're on your main page.
Button, yeah, to push.
They're the blue ones.
They're the blue ones. Is it on the left or the right?
If you go to your main page that has your stats and stuff, you scroll down, and
Nature.
it'll have all your stuff right there. 23.
Are we in? No, yeah, okay, never mind. I don't know if that matters. So just 20. Or I guess the plants.
With
see
your
if they're
23, you can discern that the wildlife is almost untouched. This path was probably more of a hidden trail to the giants, or a trail that the giants thought was too much of a good ambush site against them to travel down. So you know that this trail has not been touched by giants.
I'm gonna cast guide on myself, then I guess check survival. So that's a 22. The 22 for survival to check. Yeah, I guess you said to see if it's been traveled by people.
Any kind of traffic, kind of.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that. See who has been traversing this road.
I will also make a check if you don't mind, Ryan. Nature, you said?
I rolled both. One's a 23, one's a 22.
Yeah, nature for the road. Oh, alright.
Survival. But that is what I got. My dungeon master.
Yep, give me 1 second. You got a 21 for survival. With your survival...
22. Sorry.
22. With your 22,
Got it.
you can discern that this would be the right way towards the maybe village that you guys saw in the distance. The signs you can make out as you're moving are signs of peace and tranquility, maybe a sign of one of the monasteries that maybe constructed these pathways as places for people to travel down for their pilgrimages. And you know that the city ahead, or the town ahead, or the village ahead, its name is Roth Falls.
Yeah, from the sign.
Yep. So you know you're going in the right direction.
Wakassa's been. I'm thinking to myself, so I might as well just hearing Wakassa for a second here. Is thinking, based on the culture and the aggressiveness of recent current events with the Giants, that if this area hasn't been really scouted or recently looked at by the Giants, or even looks like nothing they've ever come through at all, that the dangers ahead might be kind of high in defense. Can I roll a society, possibly, or something, to maybe see if I have knowledge of any kind of society out in the wilderness that he might recollect?
Yes, you can.
I tried. I don't have any miles for it, so it's just 16. Oh, I rolled a 2. Never mind.
You rolled a 2.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that's just kind of like don't know much.
Hey, don't really know. You haven't really heard of this town.
So what do you think, Gabriel?
Well, after relaying what my findings from the Giants have probably not been down this way, and that Ryan, you said that it was relatively unused, right?
Yes.
That I think that this is probably going to be, since we saw smoke, we know at least one person is there. But most likely, I estimate it could be up to 3 or 4 people, maybe more.
Well, it looked like a small town in the distance.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to automatically assume the whole thing is occupied, so I'm just going to say what it is. So it could be that this could be... I don't know. I didn't really hear any rumors about slaves escaping, but I'm assuming some people probably escaped initial capture. Probably a couple of those survivors feel comfortable enough to make a fire to not be spotted in such dense foliage. And since this road doesn't look that traveled, they probably are familiar with the area, or at least know how to cover the tracks as they're going. And I look back at our tracks, and I go, shit, I forgot to cover those.
Alright. Well then, we should probably take a rest then. It looks like it's gonna rain. Regroup our stamina, because I don't know. I want to be in the best of
Yeah, we don't know what we'll find there.
appearance if we're gonna meet new people. Not coming off as weary travelers, maybe coming off more as sophisticated.
But we very much are weary travelers. I don't think we're going to meet nobility in that village. I think we're going to meet other survivors or resistance. My estimate. But a rest for the tired former slaves, sorry. I say to addressing the large group of former slaves, would probably be appreciated. Yes? Is anyone hungry? Is anyone hungry?
Oh, yes, I could definitely use a rest. I mean, my old bones don't work like they used to. And some of the other ones chime out, yes, rest and water, please.
Well, is it very obvious that it's about to rain, or is it like...
It should start raining in about an hour or so.
Oh, an hour? Okay. Well, then I will
can I do a nature check to see if I can find
See,
any nearby
they don't
herbs or
have their own water skin.
plants that we can eat?
What was that?
Can I make a nature check for see if I can find any nearby plants or herbs that we can eat?
Yes.
So,
I
yeah.
can.
You think you
As
found some
I'm-
mushrooms?
Oh my god. I asked Gabriel, do these look edible?
I love how he's like, I'm gonna go find it. I'm gonna go forage for us. I'll forage. So, I cast guidance on myself, and then I roll a 32.
Okay, with your 32, you find that there are
Well, I look at the mushrooms.
the
he pointed
mushrooms.
me at.
The mushrooms are edible. They are not poisonous. They're actually portobello mushrooms.
I say those are portobello mushrooms. They aren't poisonous.
Fantastic.
Good find. And I kind of chuckle to myself a little bit. But yes, I suppose, although I want to not do this, do we have water? Did we fill water skins
You did.
last time or no? Okay.
You guys have
So I don't have to.
about 4.
make
You guys
water.
have you guys have 3 water skins.
Well, I guess I didn't have one with my gear that I got back.
You would have had one with your gear.
Oh, okay.
The Adventures
with,
kit
comes
comes
with
with
the Adventures
torches. It comes with flint steel,
Rope.
50 foot of rope. It comes with a water skin, a bag of 5 trail rations. And it has 2 belt pouches, a cloak.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give all of my trail rations to the slaves.
Okay.
And tell them to divide it amongst each other, and hopefully that'll help a bit. And but I'm going to. I was hoping to save the spell slot to not have to make water. But if I have
the water skins should be enough to quench everyone's thirst.
because it's about to rain, and I can just help correct some of that. But
It'll be fine. We're just taking a break. It doesn't, we're not actually really like going all out replenishing ourselves. This is like kind of like we got to keep moving, kind of a break.
I guess it goes without saying that I have been trying to detecting magic.
Detecting magic?
Yeah, all around, just
Yep.
to see if I pick up
you
on
don't,
any of
you
it.
don't get any magic. No tingles or anything. So as you guys continue making your you rest, you guys get back on the trail, you start moving, and you start hearing. So after like about 30 minutes of more travel, you guys are getting around to the outsides, and the sky above is starting to darken and cloud.
Are we
As
talking like a thunderstorm?
you
or
start
are we talking
hearing,
about just
you start hearing the rain. Oops, that's the wrong one. I needed.
Your birds chirping.
I'm looking for the. I have a big list of music that I have here.
I'm so used to your ambience kind of music to where like I forget that you have it on. So if I hear birds chirping or something, I'm just thinking it's from actually my outside. Like I'm just so in like just into the fucking scene. I'm just like, oh, okay. I feel like I'm there.
Oops, I need this, this. And you start hearing the storm clouds rolling in as you get to the end of the trail.
Oh, thunder.
And as the clouds darken out the sky, you guys see a large city or like a village ahead of you. And you're hearing the sounds of like wagons on the inside. You can see that there are a few guards out front as
People,
you guys get
that's a good
close
sign.
enough to a large, looks like a tower that has a gate in the middle. The palisades are made of strong wood, and there's a few you see like since you guys are pretty far out, it kind of opens up into this larger pathway, and the stones begin to look more like a paved road as it winds down. You guys are maybe about 300 feet from the city itself. You see
Interesting.
that there are a few guards posted walking along the outskirts of the walls. And there is 2 guards standing out front. They are just kind of in like cloaks, and they have shields on their side. And they're letting people in and out of the gate.
How many people are coming in and out of the gate?
There's about a small group, maybe like looks like hunters from the distance. You can see that they're carrying on a small wagon a deer and a boar that they're bringing into the city.
Beautiful.
As
Like an active community.
the rain pitter-patters around you, it's starting to soak
Heavy?
your clothes. Yeah, it's a pretty solid rain. It's like Michigan rain. It's starting to cool off a little bit. It's starting to get a little chilly, but the city's right in front of you guys as you guys make your way down the trail and out of the forest.
How far are we from the gates?
After you guys were about 200 feet or so. So you know, you guys after a few seconds, you guys make your way up to the main gates, and one of the guards notices you. Oh, hello there. What brings you to the Roth village?
We're from giants.
Oh, they've been through here many times trying to siege the city, but we've defended every time.
Oh.
We are well placed where we're at.
We are. Sorry, go ahead. We have, myself included, recently escaped slavery, and we're looking for a place to stay for a moment. We saw the fire in the distance as we came out of the caves back towards the mountains, and we just headed in this direction. I'm Gabriel.
Well, coming out of the rain, the best place here to get food and drink and stay would be Panan's Brewery. It is a small local tavern. Unfortunately, it is in the house. Like, as you kind of look through the gate, you can see that the main portion of the city is like kind of like a slummy area, like more broken down houses, and nothing like too fancy. They're kind of worn and old, and he points down the main street in the middle of the slums. Right outside, there is a small stone wall that you'll see that has the main trade district.
How big
Might-
is this city?
It is it's about 20 acres altogether.
Okay. I was about to say big enough for districts. Holy moly.
Well, there's not really districts. It's like, as you can see, that there is like the normal village. Then there is a walled off portion. And then there's like another walled off portion that the Roth Falls sits in the shadow of a large ruined castle that you could see in the far distance. It looks to be broken down and worn. Looks like it's been sieged many times, but it's standing strong. And as the guard points you in the way of the brewery, he tells you that the best and strongest ale in the lands here you'll find at the brewery, as well as many having fun, laughed, and you'll see gambling and just joy. It's a peaceful town here. We keep our watch to make sure that everyone can be safe. So welcome to Roth Falls.
Thank you. Thank you.
And he
I
let you
say
guys
in an exhausted tone.
through the gate. And as you guys make your way down the streets, we get you another picture here that I sent you guys. As you guys make your way down to the middle of
Very Lord of the Rings vibe.
the city, there aren't many people besides for the few town guard. You could probably estimate that there's probably a population of at least 500 here.
Wow.
A
that's
lot of
more than
people.
we thought. Yeah, thank God. Cool. Place to rest. Picasso looks at Sven and kind of just nudges him. Finally, we could sleep.
Do you even sleep?
Blake,
Why would I not sleep? That is a weird question to ask.
Is it?
I mean, my body muscles need rest just like any other person.
He does have muscles. Interesting. He's not like all made out of stone.
so as you guys walk through the main gate, the vibes of the town, even though it's raining, you can hear laughter and joy coming from the windows as you see kids running out into the street and playing tag. And as you make your way to this larger opening, you get to the section of the town that has the two large walled off areas. One of them has two large banners, one on each side of the gate, and it has it's like a face with a massive mustache. That's what the banner is black and gold and has filigree and like white leaves on the bottom of it. The other gate, you can see that it's opened and it has 4 well-armed guards out front of it, and if you look inside, there are the nicer houses. So it's probably like the richer people that helped build the city.
Is there
Wow, this is a full-fledged city. I didn't expect it
Is
so
there-
close to the giant
You're-
Is there any
you're-
guild? Is there any guild boards?
You're really not
Like
that
for-
close because you guys traveled about
I didn't know how long the river ride was.
The river
I
ride-
thought you described it as like just
pretty.
about an hour at a slow pace.
So the river ride led you about
Because we were like against the stream, so I may have gotten like
a mile or so. You guys travel down the stream to get to that point. Then you had to travel down about a few miles. Then you guys traveled about almost a full 4 hours through the woods to this village,
so this was like 6 or 7 miles.
roughly.
Okay.
Ryan, is there any guild or any kind of rewards bulletin board? Because we took down that whole giant fortress and we have proof of like things we scavenged from them that we might be able to turn in for rewards.
You don't see any in this main area. There's a fairly nice well in the middle of the square, and there's a few shops that you see. Besides, you guys do see the brewery.
Is there shops for alchemy?
What you do see you see the tavern in front of you, and you see a general store across from it. And you didn't see anything else from your entry in, but
How much is it?
if you ask, you
sorry,
may
go ahead.
find out.
How much does it cost usually for a meal and some drinks usually around here? I mean, not around here, but in general.
Not much.
Any specifics? Because I was going to give each slave some coin to just get what they want and enjoy themselves for a bit while we go looking around.
Probably one silver for a full meal.
Okay. I'll give each slave 2 silvers.
Free man. Each free man.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so there's 9 of them. So you give away 18
There's
silver.
9 of them? Oh my god. Oh, I thought there was
Your
only
mic
3
is
or
messing
4.
up.
There's 9 of them? I thought it was like 3 to 4.
No, you
Oh
guys
my
you guys
God.
saved 9.
Oh jeez. Okay. Well, you know what?
If you have
Why
like
not?
a lot of gold,
I'm
you like
I'm feeling generous. There you go. I took it out of my thing, and I hand each slave 2 silver pieces. And
Oh, I
not
started
slave,
with,
free
like,
free men.
a certain amount of gold. I think I had like 2 gold or something on me. I try to. Wait, is there an inn around here? Are we at an inn? I thought we were at a bar. Sorry, this is like a pub.
It's called the Pan Am Brewery, but it is the tavern.
Okay, is there an inn somewhere?
It is both.
Oh, it's
look at all
both.
It's attached. Like the inn is attached to the.
So, not to interrupt
the
him, but
brewery.
Ryan, is there so if it's attached, is there some way I can find out how much rooms cost?
Yeah, go in and
Like-
ask.
Okay, well,
Before he does that, Wakasa looks at all the free men and goes, "Listen, we're gonna be here for a while. Clearly, it's safe. Here's 2. Wakasa hands out the 2 silver pieces to each one of them. I know all your belongings have been taken from you, so I know you don't have much. Use this to go get yourself a meal, some drinks, enjoy each other's company, while Gabriel, Ben, and I figure out other accommodations and figure out what we could do furthermore and how we can regroup with others and figure out what we're going to do."
Bless you. Bathleth definitely has put you on our path to light our way forward.
Wakasa smiles and points at the guy and goes, "My man."
so
Bathleth be praised.
So I just wanted to. I walk up to the inn.
Oh,
or
sorry.
Bartender or someone, and I ask really quickly. Pardon me, sir. How much are your rooms and lodging for just a night? Is there a general like workers' lodge that could put up a decent number of men? And I just explain the situation, and I ask him, Where could I lodge a party at? Like, the definition terms, party.
Well, I don't work here, but I can tell you that if you go inside...
I walked up to the barkeep.
Oh, you walked into the bar? I thought you
Yeah.
thought you were asking
Nope.
someone on the street. My bad.
Nope.
My bad. Alright, so as you guys walk into the bar...
I don't walk into the bar.
Who said I wanted to walk into the bar? I wanted to go
That's why I
explore.
gave them the silver pieces to help themselves. They are grown ass adults. They know how to do what to do. That's why I was handing them silver pieces.
Wouldn't you guys want to get rooms?
Yeah, I'm
night?
trying to get.
That
I'm
was
trying to get
Gabriel.
rooms
That's
for
what
the
Gabriel
slave.
did.
Yeah.
That's why I was just trying to, just kind of.
So, anyways,
do what they do until we figure out what we're gonna do. Yeah, I mean, with ourselves.
Ryan,
Yes?
is there any place I can put up the slaves? Just trying to get to
Yeah,
that.
you can get them in the inn. I'm getting there
Sorry,
before
sorry.
everyone wanted to go explore the city. You guys hear the sound of the tavern as you guys walk through the doors. And a woman is walking around and she sees you.
Simple food, but all homegrown, freshly picked and wholesome. That's the secret for
I
rosy
straight up
cheeks
heard a
and
grown woman
spring in
talking.
your
I'm like,
step.
Ryan, your voice acting has gotten
No,
so
Actually, I
was
tried
like,
to hear
oh
what she
my
said,
God.
but
I'll replay it for you. Here.
Oh, hello, dearie. Come in, come in. Oh, you'd look really weary. Oh, I'm a poet and didn't know it. You go get comfy by the fire and warm yourself up. Take the weight off your feet. Now, I've got some eggs and bacon on the go. All our livestock are lovingly reared and humanely, well, you know. Or, if that doesn't take your fancy, I'm sure I could rustle you up something else. It's simple food, but all homegrown, freshly picked and wholesome. That's the secret for rosy cheeks and a spring in your step.
is that just a server, or is that the bartender?
Then she introduced herself.
server.
I am Panem Ebright. She is a female dwarf. She has red locks that flow down.
Aberite. Write that down. Aberite? Is that how you say it?
Yes, Ebright.
Sorry.
Sorry, I just got up. My back.
Oh my God.
She's dressed in decent attire, like a nice formal dress, as she greets you guys. Lodging itself for a night is one silver piece.
Oh,
Okay. Well, then the slaves can clearly. Does that come with a free meal, ma'am?
Meals are for...
No, some.
We have octopus steamed buns and onions and a tankard of cider.
If purchasing a room at the inn, would that come with the accommodations of a meal, or is that separately?
It would be all together. I mean, how many nights are you planning to stay? Just one?
For
it
now,
might
just
be a
one.
little it might be a little touch and go. We have to reintroduce myself and these fine free men here with society. We just escaped the giant
Oh, poor boy.
slave pen. I thank you for your kindness. I'm more concerned about the rest of these men. Some of them are an older constitution than others, and I am worried if they spend a night out in the stables in this weather, that they could catch their death of
Oh,
it.
sorry. She said. I meant to say that it was 5 silver pieces, and it does come with one meal.
Okay, cool. Does
For
it
the night.
I slap down. I think I have 2 gold on the table, and I say, "Can I do any work in service to make up the difference if this doesn't cover it?" This is
So-
all I
Picasso
have.
puts his hand on Gabriel's shoulder and goes, "Listen, Gabriel, you were also just formerly a slave. I know you don't have much. Hold on to your 2 gold pieces. I'll take care of everything. Botholith wills it by having me here. So you don't have to worry about
Thank
that. You just make sure they get everything in order. I'm not good with that kind of stuff.
So for the meal and stay, it's 5 silver pieces per person
Christ.
for one night,
For 19 people.
which is that's a pretty decent price. I mean, it's the center of town, right, where the hustling and bustling of the small villages.
And I'll pay for that. Picasso tries to haggle though.
So are you gonna pay for everybody?
Yep, everyone.
Okay,
Picasso
so
tries
you
to
have a
haggle.
party of 9, 10,
Let me
11,
What's that?
12.
What's that?
12? You have a party of 12 people?
Yeah. Can
And,
I haggle with you?
so
Yeah,
for
everyone wants to
every
do that.
it'll be 6 gold pieces altogether.
Alright. Well, listen. I approached a young dwarven woman.
She's not a dwarf, she's a gnome.
Oh, no, sorry. The gnome lady, and I go, is there, since such a large purchase and accommodations and clearly a good stroke of business, apples to apples, the guild was, will remember this generosity for sure. Is there any kind of deal we can assort to where it doesn't cost 6 gold pieces up front, or maybe I can, is there any deal we can work?
Honey, are you trying to swindle me?
Swindle? No, of course not, man.
Have you not seen the banners around town? This city is ran by the mustaches.
Indeed. Forgive my ignorance. Where do I pay the toll for the rooms for all my companions?
You can play it to me right here.
Right here. Okay. Mikasa reaches into his pouch. Mikasa kind of looks at Gable. Can you go back and you know what? We'll make sure the slaves keep those gold pieces for now. I don't know if they want to go into town and get maybe new clothes, and I'll pay the 6 gold pieces. So I'm at 69 gold now. So yeah, and I go, here you go.
Nice.
And
All right, so the slaves can go get their own table. Like, you know, they go and sit down, and she says, "Please come in, enjoy yourself, have food,
and then,
enjoy a nice fresh
then,
hot bath or whatever is your fancy. We have gambling."
gamble.
Ooh, Wakasa, you're really
And
good at that.
you see that there is a large crowd, and I got another picture for you that I'm going to share.
Oh, that's cool. That's what it looks like?
Yes.
Oh, that is really cool. Okay, I'm having a good time. Lacoste tells the slaves, real quick, as he's announcing, as we're at the table, I'm assuming, that those 2 silver pieces, hang on to them. This meal is already paid for. It comes with the room. You're free again. You're free men, and we're gonna figure out, accommodations for you. Furthermore, you are more than welcome to join Apples to Apples. We can use the labor, and you can earn your keep in our area. Moving forward, Basilisk will protect us all and guide us. And I just wanted you to know I will take care of you, and as well as my companion Seven and our newly founded Gabriel. We'll do what we can.
As much as I appreciate the invitation to your guild, I'm just trying to get my bearings here myself, and I'm sure some of these men have families that they might want to return home to.
Gabriel, you think too much. I'm just offering what I can for now, and if we can work that out later, if they need to earn, because it costs money for them to travel if they want to reunite with their families, and so if they need to make work, we can offer them work, and we can offer them money in our guild, rather than them going out and dealing with other people they might not trust. They can work for us and move and regain their livelihood at a pace that means to them, as well as we'll treat them fairly.
So as you guys,
Wakasa kind of puts up a stern chest, like he's proud that he actually was able to think of all this on the spot. Look at me go.
the slaves, they said that we'll talk about it after we fill our bellies and get a good night's sleep. As you look around the tavern, it is lively. People are drinking, and you can see that there is a large, looks like a dinosaur bones hanging along the ceiling as the stone arches up. You can see that there are mounts of deer, 10 points. There's a moose head. There's a crocodile, like bust, like it's coming out of the water almost, but there's no water. People are in a roar, and there's a large stage area, and
I'm gonna go on mute. I'll be right back.
up on top. Oh, you'll be right back. You said.
Yeah, in like 1 minute.
So as you
But, I mean,
guys are
go ahead and
looking
explain
around,
it. I can catch it.
yep, you see that there is a large gathering, and there's a few goblins up upon this stage, almost like a podium. And as you begin to get closer, you can hear the sounds, and one of them looks familiar to Wakasa.
Limity.
Craig,
Turn.
as soon as Wakasa gets back, you may begin.
Okie dokie.
So the slaves are, or the free men now are, you see them all, they're getting their meals, and they're ordering, and drinks are coming to their tables. As you could just
Can I
feel.
ask someone if there's an alchemy shop?
Sure. You ask one of the patrons.
Or the girl that we paid the money to?
She's now behind the bar making drinks, and she's getting busy. She just happened to be walking by when you guys walked in.
Okay, then I guess I'm asking whoever's around if they know if there's a shop, an alchemy shop in town.
A man with a large belly. He has a large mustache. His head is bald, and he has 3 necklaces around his that have 3 different holy symbols. As he looks to you kind of drunkenly. Oh, yeah, there are the tavern, there's the blacksmith, the general store, the church, and the small cottage.
So nothing for alchemy?
Maybe the general store might have something. You could. Excuse me. You could check there. They might have something. As he kind of sways and then sits back down with his companions. They're all drinking and enjoying themselves. So Craig, you may take the lead. I don't know where Wakasa is, but I'm not waiting for him.
In the shower. I heard everything.
Okay.
All right. Hey.
Your mic is very echoey.
I'm standing up in this room. First and very foremost, I'd like to say my piece and say thanks to Apples for allowing this event to happen. And first round's on us. Whatever you guys want, drink up. Have a good time. We're here. This is a celebration. He's patting this dagger on his chest.
As the crowd is like, yeah, to apples! As they all start chanting and cheering, yeah, apples! Drinks on apples!
Gonna ball the Goblin King.
To the Goblin King!
What?
The best thing ever for us, you know. Opened up a whole new world. Allowed us to trade, have shipping, be able to ship everything able to have work, giving us jobs, allowed people to see us, or not little things, but people of interest, people that can help out, people that can do things other people cannot. He's opened up this whole wide world for everybody. It saddens me to say, good Goblin King, creator of guilds, the most amazing sailor, greatest pirate I've ever met in my life. Yeah, allowed us to branch out and actually become something. It's really hard for me to say this, but it's not something that people ignore or walk away from. Or lazy and just do whatever they feel like doing. Stealing things where most people think we're thieves. You know, the crap on people's bottom of the shoe. And he's opened up this whole world, allowing us to go and be and create, make ourselves known in the world. Oh, let me snicket. King.
The limited snicket! The Goblin King! As the crowd just roars up and mugs go up in the air. Beer and wine spill onto the floor as people cheers and they uproar. Wakasa, you notice the familiar face that was just talking. It is.
Lean over to Sven. Was Limity a king?
It was the first mate of Limity's vessel. Big Hawk.
Oh my god. I mean, oh my Batholith.
That is your god.
Big Hawk. Rakasa kind of just like shoves Gabriel to the side for a second, just in pure excitement, not like to where he's falling on the ground, but just kind of approaches him and approaches Big Hawk and
ran
goes,
over to me.
and goes, "It can't be."
How you doing, Wakasa?
I know boot grovelers when I see one. The lovers of Limity himself. You guys treat him like a god besides Vexian. How are you, Big Hawk?
Down in the dumps a little bit, but you know, this is what he would want, a good celebration.
Wait, why are you down in the dumps?
That's my best mate.
What do you mean?
He's dead, bro.
Well, we don't know that for sure.
I know that for sure. There's
How
a
do you
way
know that?
I have this dagger right here, which is his.
How did you?
You do notice the engraved, beautiful black dagger that was wrapped and it had a purple crystal on its hilt. You notice that this was Limity's dagger that he got from Vexian.
Oh yeah, I know, because I'm the one that haggled for it. How did you get this, Big Hawk?
Oh, it's a conversation we're gonna have to have in private.
Screw private. I'm right here, right now. I need to know. Last time I saw him was not even a day ago.
Gonna have to have it in private. All right, I already rented the special room.
I'm gonna walk up to both of them after hearing part of this conversation and just sock Wakasa in the face.
Excuse me, what does he do?
Punches you in the face. Roll me.
Punching you right in the face.
Roll me a attack.
Whoa! What's going on here?
For the record, Indominus is still activated in 28 armor.
You don't even see it coming.
Oh my
Let's
god.
see if he hits you. Blake, would you like the roll, or would you like? Oh, there it is.
Unarmed attack.
Yep. Unarmed attack.
Doesn't hit him though.
It does hit him. He has his armor on.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Why?
You didn't have your armor on.
I never took it off.
You never told me you put it on in the morning. You wouldn't have had it on when you're traveling 3 miles. Or 4 miles.
Wakasa
Yes,
just
I
takes it like
would,
a
but I'm
man.
trying to protect slaves.
Yeah,
So-
it's 1 point.
Anyways,
Take it. It's
you
4
t-
One
damage,
point.
man.
you take your D6 of damage. Or is it D4?
Oh shit, he's a monk.
No, it's a
When did you
D4.
become a...
It's a
It's,
D4.
it's 1, right?
It's
Isn't it
1
It's-
to
it's-
4 damage.
It's a
man.
D4 damage
it's
plus
a D4.
strength. It's not gonna do that much.
Dude.
And after I hit him, I'm gonna say, "That's for Limity. I told you he was dead. You didn't believe me. You let him rot. You let him,
You owe me a
let him
meal.
sit there
Max
And
damage.
You
die.
owe me a meal.
alone and by himself."
Whoa, you guys are still holding on to bets after you just got confirmation? Oh,
You owe me
crazy.
a meal. Because I told you he'd end up being the reason we almost die and gets killed.
Screw
I'm
the
telling
meal. You left your mate to die. That's the second person now that you've killed in this party.
First, and for the record, he was dead before I left anyone behind, apparently. Allegedly.
you, Look, this is not what Limity
It's always
would
with the
want.
allegedly and the so-calls with you.
This is
And
not
I
what...
just can't deal with you anymore.
Listen,
Hey, Evan. This is not what Limity would want. Cause this is not what Limity would want. Everybody's supposed to be celebrating, be happy. This is what he wants.
I know. I know Limity
Died-
wouldn't want
look.
that.
Look, I know how he died, but he died
How do you know?
doing what he loved.
How do you know?
Cause, well, that's a conversation we're gonna have to private. I already got the special room on Apple's
There's only one other person who can handle those daggers. And, what's his name again, Ryan?
Who? Oh, Ricket.
Yeah, Ricket. So, if you have it, Wakasa's playing 3 and 3 together now. That means Ricket is also behind something. Because very familiar with Ricket.
As I told you before, it's a conversation we're gonna have to have in private. Right
All
now,
right.
pick up, eat your food, get your rest, do whatever you need to do, and then we will have this conversation in the private room. There's a lot of things I need to tell you, and there's a lot of things I need to have in.
Oh, Limity is dead. So that means we just gotta celebrate. If I know Limity more than anyone. And you guys kind of notice Wakasa clenches the mug he grabs. He's kind of like breaking it a little bit, even if it's made out of wood. You kind of see it crumbling, breaking as he's gripping it. He's putting on a face. He's
Right,
putting.
big fella, I know. It's alright, big fella.
Get off me, Big Hawk. You don't know anything about me.
I know, big fella. I know it hurts. Okay.
Well, how did he die?
He told you to go to the special room.
I'm okay. I go to the special room as we walk in. I'm like saying it, asking it, like, how did he die? As we walk into the room.
Alright, everybody, just sit down in the special room. We're gonna have a nice little discussion for anything. Give or take, Limity died doing what he was doing. Of course, he's greedy. Obviously, he died being greedy. Everybody knows that. All the greediness that he's ever done, he's used that money, he's put it in a guild. He's put it out there to make all of us goblins, a little bit richer, a little bit more noticeable, and more approachable. So he's done a lot of good for our race. Done a lot of good for everybody else that he's helped out. This is his big picture. He wants us to be able to be up there with all the hoity-toity, ritzy people and be able to be a part of that stuff instead of the slums and doing things in the shadows. And he wants us to come out. Anyways, he died doing what he did. He died from a 10-headed hydra. It just ripped him to pieces. It sucks, dude. It really does, and it hurts. It hurts, and he's close to my heart, near and dear.
Where's Ricky?
Ricket will come in time. He's not gonna be here. I'm here to relay the message to you.
What's the message?
We're in private. I'm not gonna let everybody else know.
Okay.
Can
can Craig message me the info on Facebook? And so it kind of is just between us.
Well, he's not gonna tell the whole party.
The whole
Yeah,
party's in there.
Oh
Just,
no, I thought
just you guys. Just the
that's
four
us?
of you.
It's
No,
the
I
whole-
meant
just
that.
the party.
Just the
Just-
four of us.
It's just the
Okay,
four of
so
you guys in
four.
that room.
They can know though, right? That you don't. It's
Yes,
not just
they
for
can
Picasso.
know.
Okay, cool. You
Oh.
made it sound like it's just for Picasso.
They can know. So, the deal is this. He's not dead, per se. He gave me his dagger. His dagger is special. He's a follower of Vexian.
Zero.
He's a follower of Vexian. He doesn't necessarily die right away. Oh, his soul went into this dagger. There's a way to get him back. There's some tasks that need to be done. It's kind of perilous. There's keys that need to be found. I know all the locations of the keys. Able to open up the thing Vexian wants. If Vexian gets that, Emily can come back. As long as he gets out of this shadow world.
Another party
Wait,
member.
he can
I
come
have
back
to
from the dead?
How do we trust Vexian?
Who's
Has he
Vexian?
betrayed you once before?
How
Vexian's
did
never
Vexian-
betrayed us.
Vexian's never betrayed him. What?
Vexian's never
Forget-
betrayed him. It's with Vexian too, you know. Vexian's all Vexian's ever done is help. Yeah, Vexian's a little jokester and does some deceitful things sometimes, but she's never betrayed us.
Vexen's a dude.
But he's never betrayed us. Never.
Craig just wants a female god.
I'm just saying. There's a way to get him back if you want to get him back. If not, I'm joining your party. So either way, you're gonna have somebody with you. If you want to get Lemony back, there's a way. It's just there's a whole bunch of tasks that need to be done. He's doing his own tasks as well, as I've been told. Inside, Kit was trapped in the shadow world too.
Like you mean hell?
I don't know what it is. It's just called the shadow world. He didn't really explain much about it. He explained that he has things he needs to do if he wants to get out. You guys have things that you guys need to do if to be able to find out how he's going to get out. He's doing his own thing inside there. I mean, that's as far as I can go. I mean, I've been holding up the guild with me and my goblin crew, and then I was told that I need to come here. I had to do a job, so the job transport
If
some.
I can interject real quick, is he a goblin himself speaking?
Yes,
Yes.
he is a
Okay.
goblin. He has
So how's the rest of the goblin?
a pirate hat, a captain's pirate hat on him, and the other goblins a couple goblins were in the bar with him.
If I recall, Big Hawk, you were the one that was good at ranged.
Yeah, that's right.
Sweet. Range party. Range person, finally.
You want to describe what you're wearing and what they can visibly see?
What you guys are looking at is a 4-foot goblin. He's taller than Lemony. He's wearing a captain's hat that Lemony gave him, because Lemony used to be there and be a part of it. So,
Captain's hat.
He's wearing a captain hat, and he's wearing this studded leather pirate coat. And what you guys see is that you see there's two holsters, these two hand cannons attached to it down his side, and you see Lemony's dagger right next to his heart. And on his back, you see an arquebus, a big rifle, on his back. He's just sitting there explaining to you. I mean, he has scars and looks a little rough around the edges. But for the most part, he's a pretty decent fellow. For the most part, he's a pretty decent fellow. He's not like Lemony. Just to let you guys know, everybody. He's not like Lemony. Yes, he likes things and stuff like that, but he has a little bit more sense when it comes to breed.
Yeah, these goblins still like to live on the dangerous side of I'll tell you that much. I've seen it.
Like to gamble, but they don't like to go and leave the party. He doesn't. So for the most part, you guys can also tell that he's the captain. He's the captain now because he was the first mate. So that goes to the first mate. First mate is he's now become the captain and the captain of this goblin crew. So as you see all this stuff, he looks a little ratty as well, you know, but he's still clean and he's presentable, and just is trying to explain this information to you guys. He has one gold tooth.
So when you say that, do you mean he only has a singular tooth and it's gold, or a tooth is gold?
No, he has teeth, but he has one gold tooth. You know.
Okay.
One bling.
For the most part,
like kind of questioning off religion at this point, thinking that people, do they even die at this point? Because second time one of his companions died, but we could bring it, come back somehow.
He's gonna say one more thing, like I personally would like to get him back, but all in all, it also depends on you guys. If not, I totally understand.
I'm gonna walk up to Big Hawk and reach out my hand to give him a handshake.
Your hand.
The test.
I can't hear you.
Hear me?
Now you can.
Did I shake your hand?
Hi, Big Hawk. It's nice to meet you. I'm 7. I will do anything to get Lemony back. He saved me on multiple occasions, so it's the most I can do. So I'm with you.
Oh, that's good to hear. Nice to meet you too. We'll be great companion buddies. And, who are you? Talking to Gabriel. Who are you?
My name is Gabriel. I was rescued by your friends here, Giant's Stronghold.
Just like you, Big Hawk. Saved by us.
Awesome.
Yeah, Lemony was the one who picked the chains on my locks and let me go himself.
And he's such a great goblin. I love him dearly.
That's how he saved Big Hawk and them.
Such a great goblin. He has so
True
much
story.
heart for a goblin. Big goblin. Well, here's the deal. I don't know, but are you going to be a part of this band of people?
I have some things that I need to cover in town before I can make any firm answers. I need to go find some people and talk to some, hopefully, professionals in this city. I actually wasn't expecting to find a city or nearly as much as important events uncovered within one. Also, wasn't Apples to Apples on a mission to report about their findings? The Giant King was gathering other clans of giants. What was his name again? Urg?
Yeah, I mean, here's the deal about that. I mean, yeah, they're gathering information, they're doing all that stuff. They have to report it back to. They have to report that back to guild that gave them that assignment, and they have to make sure that they write down all that knowledge for themselves. It's not like report it back to who they need to report it back to. I mean, I got the rundown of all that stuff because I've been running the guild while Lemony's been out with his thing, trying to enrich in the guild and enrich in everything else about the guild and giving people jobs and all that stuff. Lemony, he was a great goblin. He was just a little greedy.
Hawk kind of walks in front of Gabriel for a second. That kind of answers my question. How is the guild doing with the laborers right now? How
Well,
was
Guild's
Mandiglio?
great. Man, Diglio's okay. You know, he pops in and out here and there from tunnels and does what he needs to do.
And
You know, Guild's doing great.
how about Mandiglio as well? Is the other Mandiglio okay?
With Rat,
He served good tea. Yeah, Mandiglio. I
I mean, he's still alive. You know, I mean, the Guild's doing good. There's about 45, maybe 4,600 gold in the bank right now. You know, it's booming. Business is booming. Crafters are working. You know, everybody's doing what they're doing.
You do know that he just paid. Everybody in the drink right now is getting drinks on you guys.
I thought he said the round.
How much gold?
No,
I said
he
one.
said
I said
Oh,
around.
he said.
drinks
Oh,
on
no.
drinks on apples to apples. That's what I heard being chanted.
I swear I heard the round, but this ain't my guild, so could be wrong.
Should be.
It's just, I said around, right?
I just did say that. You should be more cautious with our spendings, Big Hawk.
You know what? Everything's gonna be fine. Trust me. We're making more money.
And that's
all
what
the
Lemony
time.
said all the time. And we still got to be cautious. We're still trying to grow, and now we might have more people joining soon. Not to
And
mention
that's great. That's
re-
wonderful because
the Red Hand might be
Yeah,
needing
there's
us
no-
to help out. It might be exactly might be needing us to help them recover after their recent endeavors.
you know, but no one really helped us out. We
Well,
started this. We did it. They
They
can do it
helped us out
themselves.
by staying. Wait, the Iron Fist was the Red Hand, right? What was he?
Oh, he was Sunbros.
Sunbros, yeah, no, the Sunbros. That meant the Sunbros, not the Red Hand. I don't know where the Red Hand came from.
Sunbros are gonna
Sunbros.
be fine. They'll get it from the Sunbros back at Emerald Isle.
So, in all speaking terms, Racasa's like is talking to Big Hawk, but he kind of is telling Big Hawk. He's gonna tell Big Hawk too. Like, this puts me, at the top of the ladder now, because apparently all the other superiors are dead. So, I will keep. And certainly we're gonna leave you in charge of the goblins, as well as the other endeavors, because you've been doing a phenomenal job. Clearly, that's why Limity chose you. But when it comes to the face of the guild, we'll put me on the face of it for now. I'll handle nobility. I'm used to handling them. I used to be a guard.
We already have relationships with nobility.
Exactly.
We already have it. Fine.
We're
Talk to them
creating a
all the time.
reputation clearly, and
We talk to them all the time. We do lots of jobs for them all the time.
He
as you know,
he works with Russa.
Sven and Gabriel are new, so we're gonna have to accommodate them.
But Gabriel said as far as I know, I don't know. Is Gabriel going to be a part of Apples to Apples?
We'll treat him as a mercenary. I'm saying this kind of. I look over at Gabriel. We'll treat him as a mercenary now for hire, just in case if he needs help getting funds. I don't know if you noticed, we had over 15 slaves, because Wakasa was the number, 18. That, as well as
18 was the money you spent.
For labor. Yeah, we're kind of starstruck right now. Not starstruck, but just kind of like still confused by everything. Still approaching this as, do we actually die? And but he's just like, do you think we can accommodate them, give them jobs if they choose to come work
It's
for
only
us?
if they want to come to Apples, but they have to pull their weight just like everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, eventually they will want to see their family.
If they have crafting capabilities, or if they are herbalists, or they know what they're doing with alchemy or whatever it is, I'm more than welcome to enjoy them and have them come in and join Apples to Apples and be able to make everything bigger and stronger, allow us to make more money. We make money every day. So
We're also going to look at Sven as the superior as well. We're going to move him up, not ahead of you yet, but I want him to be respected by the other guild members as someone who is higher stature.
I'm just letting you know what you sound like. What you sound like right now is you're telling me I'm just gonna take over, and you're gonna fucking sit on the bottom.
You're telling me Limity's dead. I didn't say you're at the bottom. I said you're second in command.
But I've been running this guild since everybody's been gone, and you're just gonna kick me down to second? What is that? That's pretty shitty.
I'm not
I mean,
kicking you down. It's just that we're
half the
running
time
it.
you guys aren't even. Half the time you guys aren't even gonna be there.
Because we're out
We're gonna
there.
have to find somebody else to run it.
As you have known, we're out here creating a name for Apples to Apples, and we need someone to run it. And now you're going to be on the front lines with us. We could probably put
I lean in close to Seven and I say, I thought you said you guys don't have a leader. And I whisper that
we try to run it together, but Wakasa likes to try to put his 2 cents in whenever he can.
I'm all about working together. Trust me. I'm all about working together. I do it with my Goblin crew all the time. We work as a team. We go and transport. We're on our way to becoming one of the biggest transporting groups in Emerald Island.
I perk up at when he says I look vestedly interested. Biggest transporting ship in your sea, in your competitive branch. How do you know? Do you have connections? Do you know what the largest port in the Triport area is?
Yeah, before you answer, I whisper into the Big Hawk's ear before you start a conversation with them. To be honest, our members are dropping like flies. We still lost one. We just got sucked into a void. I honestly don't know. If we lose you, I'd rather me be a target than you as one of the hierarchies of apples to apples. I just
want to tell you one thing. Here's the deal. Lemony was good. It was great. I'm better than Lemony. It comes to a lot of different things.
Well, then let's keep that on the down low and you handle it. But just make me the face because of that.
Fine. I'm down to working together. Don't get me wrong. I'm down to work together.
If I'm used to goblins and Lemony like you're.
It's kind of crazy how much commerce
you guys are very prideful. Let's just say that none the least. Nothing wrong with it, but I'm just trying to run it across that we need to start just labeling me as the leader, but you're running things. Right? I've seen too many people die. I don't want any target on your head. You've been running things way too smoothly.
By the way, I just wanted to say Missouri says hi. Because Russa. Because everybody else. They all say hi.
What about the Kraken?
Kraken, yeah, Missouri. He says hi. He wants to know how you guys.
I call him the Kraken.
You guys know he says hi. He's still thinking about you guys. Some bros that are on the Emerald Island keeping all the stuff down. We have a relationship going on. Really good. So,
Well, Gabriel has family elsewhere as well, and it seems he's took a keen interest in the transport. It might be best to inform him. Gabriel is quite the smart lad. He's been very helpful throughout this endeavor.
Here's the thing. I don't have a problem with the transport, but he's going to have to be able to fill the quota. But,
I will let you talk that over with Gabe. Good to see you, Big Hawk.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal when it comes down to if you guys want to save Lemony, here's the deal. You have to get all of these things. One in Bolatrax's hold. One from Archmage Adrian Jundar. Court of Landward City. Court of Landward City has one. We have 2 already. And we have to get one from the Sun Bros. We have to get 2 from the Sun Bros, actually. Oh, no, 1 from the Sun Bros. I mean, we can get it back, but we have a lot of things to do if you want to do that. Obviously, 7 wants to. That's fine. If you want to, you can do it too. If Gabriel, but I mean, he's new, but if he wants to come along for the ride, if he wants to be a part of it, that's cool too.
Awesome. Gabriel, go ahead. Ask away, Gabriel. It's all your pedestal. As we know, I'm more fond of helping Lemony whenever I can, regardless.
Maybe it was a bad time to interject, but I was just taken aback that you're the first individual that I I guess, have met since I've been here that may know where I can ask some questions about uh, trade routes, individuals of note, port authorities, in particular.
Oh, and I would have to go and recall a lot of knowledge on that, but I've been sailing my whole life. I'm a sailor. That's what I do.
Perhaps you can just point me in the direction of the largest port that is nearest to here. Surely you sailed here.
Okay, I'm gonna roll. I'm to help him out.
Yep.
Right.
Roll society.
Oh, you gotta allow it to go into private into the box. I don't know how to do that. I forgot to do that.
You can just roll it in the general.
Oh, they laid down rock crags. They didn't lay down mulch. Interesting.
Is it society or what it rolls?
Yeah,
Or,
society
yeah,
was
society.
we need the roll. You would know that the largest trade city in the Sea of Ashes is Demore. Emerald City is third.
Is the Emerald City in Demore?
Oh,
Is it
so
Demore, I mean?
Demore is like a week away from Emerald City. Something like that. I think it's like a week and a half away from Emerald City.
It's about
Emerald City.
2 weeks travel on the sea.
Is it a huge city then? It's clearly like
It's big.
It'd be about 4 weeks travel from here.
see.
All right, Gabriel. I'll be straight with you. Biggest trading port around here is Demore. That's probably about I'd say about 4 weeks away. No, and another. If you wanted to go to Emerald Island, it's probably about another 2 weeks from there. But that's the biggest trading port if you really want to know. That's where you would get a lot of information. There's a whole bunch of stuff there that you could probably get as for information.
Thank you. You've helped me out greatly. Just your knowledge. I have a target now.
Target, huh?
A goal, an objective. Before I was kind of just fighting to survive, but now I have something more to fight for.
You don't mind me asking, what could that be? You gonna go kill somebody?
I'm going to go ask an important question to hopefully the right people. First, I have to find them. Demore is a good place to start.
Thankfully, there's also a guild in Demore too. So, you know, it's there. Not as big as Emerald Island, but we have also a little port right there, where you can actually talk to some of the other people like us and people like that are running all other different types of guilds. A guild port.
So, here, do guilds control most of trade, traffic, and exchange of mercantile goods, I take it?
I mean, for the
It
most
would make
part,
sense.
for the most part, guilds do control all that stuff. I mean, you do have obviously your shady dealers and have other people around, like merchants that are just wandering on their carts. But a lot of it has to go through guilds. Guilds will be able to tell you where to go, who to work for, or whatever you need to do. You'll be able to find a whole bunch of stuff. Massive knowledge when it comes to things like that. I've been running apples to apples for a long time. You guys have been gone, you know. It's what Lemony wanted me to do, so.
Thank you.
If you also want to be a part of Apples to Apples, you can. But that's on you, you know.
Right.
The
Thank you.
title of being a guild member is not even really that solidified. You know, it's kind of like come as you go, free as you go. You don't really have a contract. Yeah. So like when we say like if you want to join, it's mostly just if you're traveling with us in a party. When we're talking to others, you're more or less notified as you're labeled as one of us rather than just being, oh, this is just a mercenary we hired, Gabriel. So that's literally all it is. It's just kind of liability, sort of. to where you're not really to blame. It's more apples to apples, but that's also why we select our members very cautiously.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I've had my conversation. I hope I gave you guys the information you guys needed. I know told you what I know. For the most part, I'm gonna go out there and pay the apples to apples bar tab, and me and my goblin crew we're gonna go hit the sack.
Wait, the goblins are here?
But I brought my chef and 3 or 4 other ones. Well, actually, I brought like 6 or 7 of them. Just brought a little transport boat here, and bring the big boats, the 3 big boats that we have.
I will go and say hi to them.
All right, more than willing. I'm sure they'll be happy to see you. I'm gonna go and pay the tab.
Alright, so Big Hawk leaves the room out into the crowd of the tavern that's bustling and roaring and cheering and laughter. What do the rest of you guys want to do?
And everyone's like, Goblin! Yes!
Are any of the districts open right now?
Yeah, the rain actually has ceased.
Ooh. Okay, well, I'm going to tell them if they need me to come find me, but I'm going to go to the trade district to go to the general shop.
Can I come with you, Seven? Or is this a private matter?
No, you are welcome to come. I would love the company.
Thank you.
What is Wakasa doing? He's gonna hang out in the guild or in the tavern.
Is there? You said there's a blacksmith or no?
Yeah, the guy said that there was a blacksmith.
Is there any higher armor?
You guys could ask for directions too.
I want to know: is there any way I can upgrade my my weapons or anything, Ryan, that I have, or I'm kind of just stuck with what I got until I am able to find things along the way?
I mean, you can go and find out.
I'll go find out. Okay.
All right, so are you gonna go with them to go explore the city, or are you gonna go with Big Hawk, or is Big Hawk just went out of the room to go pay the tab, which he does. Yeah.
Zach, he said, right?
All together for all the ales that you paid, it's gonna cost you about 25 gold pieces.
Not bad.
All the good PR it did? Not bad at all.
And as you guys walk out of the room, you guys can hear that the tavern the music is playing. People are just dancing and having a good time. Big Hawk is done. He was talking to Panan, and he meets you guys by the door.
Child.
How much was it, Big Hawk?
Brace did it too.
What was the damage? Hello? Did I get disconnected?
I don't.
No.
Okay.
He might have muted himself. 25 gold pieces.
Okay. I'll just assume you told me, and I just go, son of a gun. That's not bad. I guess I'll go off on my own here, and and I'll meet up with them at the ship later to say hi to the goblins, because I need to talk to a blacksmith before things close.
All right. And then as you guys walk out, you see a large man dressed in kind of like silk and clothes. He has a large, huge mustache on his face, and he has about 5 of his mates following behind him, all big, burly mustaches. But his is the most refined and brushed. It's braided on both sides as it comes down past his chins. I say chins because he is a heavy set man. He has wrapped knuckle gauntlets around his wrists as he's stumbling through the city with his men as he's drinking a large wine sack. And you can hear them. We are the Mustaches, the best guild in the region. As they're all just being loud and obnoxious.
Can I interject 1 second? I just need to know how much the tab was so I can mark it off in my books.
25. Alright, so you guys are moving around the town.
Yep. So, Sven, you are looking for... What are you looking for, out on the town? Seven? Hello?
I need to get supplies for things here and there. See if they have them. I also have some things I picked up along the way that I'm wondering if they have someone that can identify them for me.
You have some things you need identified? I can do that.
Alright, I'm gonna pull out the purple and gray potion and show him.
Is this, what you were talking about? Just this?
No, I have some other things. I pull out the magical breastplate that I have in my backpack also. Or out of my... whatever it's called.
My character card. Oh boy, it's getting buried there. Alright, so this is... I forgot how to identify things. I believe there was like 2 things I could do, right, Ryan?
You can roll your Arcana check.
Yeah, it's... Is that it? I thought there was something else to it, but... Oh, there's a feat that I don't have yet. But yeah, that was it. So... Gonna check really sure to make sure, really good to make sure that I do. Yes, that's level 10. Oh well, for the assured identification. So I'll cast, first I'm gonna detect magic over the potion, and I want to focus on it.
Sometimes my nose is not fully working.
Alright.
And I want to know what kind of magic is emanating from this.
Is it the 2 potions that, which
you told me to write them down as purple potion and gray potion is what you told me to write them down as.
Okay. Let me find them real quick. One of them, you are sensing transmutation.
Transmutation.
Which one?
The purple one.
Okay, just so I can change the name of it.
And then
well, no, that's the type of magic it is, Blake.
Oh.
And then I can do another skill. It's not skill. This is part of the thing. You learn the School of Magic for the highest level effect. If multiple effects are equally strong, The DM determines which one you learn. It's obviously right in front of me. And then I can choose to ignore other things but it. Okay. So what's the other potion? What school of magic am I detecting from that? And if it's a magical potion, I guess.
Give me 1 second. I'll find it. It is also a transmutation.
Both transmutation effects within these vials. And then I will, I guess, cast guidance on myself, because I can do that. Then I say, how good are you at the mastery of the Arcana? The arcane art? I ask 7.
Let's look. Fairly decent.
Would you care to perhaps we could find an awning or a barrel to set on top of this, and maybe I can assist you or you could assist me in the identification of this to have a greater chance of finding out what this is without having to pay anyone. Perhaps negotiate terms for service. I believe we could do this. Alright, so can he roll an assist roll for me then? Since we're both trained in it?
Well, you
Or
both.
no?
You mean you can do the taste it.
The aid other thing.
You can. Yeah, sure. I'll allow it.
Okay, that's all I was asking. So I don't know how that works in second ed.
Whoever's rolling rolls, another person rolls, and if you get above a certain DC, then you pass. Then you.
Yeah, but for him.
Yeah, he gets a bonus.
No. I'm gonna identify it. How does he help me? Does he have to roll as well? And then
yes.
Okay. So I have a +1 to this from guidance, and then he wanted to help me. So I will roll now. Okay, so that's a 19, and I don't know how much he helped. See where he succeeds to help me.
You identify the purple potion as a potion of water breathing. It's a level 3 item, and it. Oh, sorry, that was the gray the gray potion was the potion of water breathing.
Okay, the gray potion of water breathing.
Yep.
Gray potion.
The potion smells like old fish. And tastes even worse.
So I just dabbed it on my finger and tapped it on my tongue.
Yep.
That's a potion of water breathing. I hate how those taste.
If you were to drink this potion, you will gain the effects of a level 2 water breathing spell for 1 hour.
I do have to go. I have to go inside now and get ready. Because my line's going to be closed, so I'm going to have to do a lot of searching to figure out where I'm going to be put today. So.
Okay. Well, we'll get back. You went off on your own to go to the blacksmith anyway, so no big deal.
I'm assuming it's not going to be that much of a
We're just going to probably shop and then wrap up without you.
Yeah. If you want to, Ryan, message me on text, and throughout the week we can kind of just do that.
Okay.
That scenario in a slow process, and we can figure out things. Or you can just tell me straight up outright right now. Is there anything I would have gained? Because I just was looking for maybe new add-ons for my longsword, like a new gem or new rune or something.
Like rune? Yes, they have runes. So you can look and tell me what you want, and I can tell you what they have available.
Cool. Yeah, we'll go from there. Because that way we can save time from next week rather than me having to take up time next week for a rune. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds good to me.
Awesome. Guys, it was awesome. Craig, great new character.
Thank you.
Kevin, it's always fun role-playing with you and Blake. And appreciate it, guys.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for a good start.
Yeah, it was a good
That's the
session
same
so
thing.
far.
Start to the day. It's gonna
You
be a
did
good
you
day at
did you
work.
did awesome
So,
today. Have a good day at work.
awesome. Thanks, guys. Love you.
All
Bye.
right, peace.
So, I guess, would you like me to attempt to identify
Yes,
this second
if you would like to attempt
potion?
it, you have to roll
I
again.
was role
You
playing
cast
too.
guidance
I
on
was
yourself.
I was role playing with him. I was
Oh,
just
okay.
asking. Would you like me to
yes, I
attempt?
would like you
Okay.
to.
I just wanted your permission. I'm no guarantees that I will be the best.
You can help me.
Okay. Well, I guess I won't cast guidance on because you rolled before I. So I cast guidance on myself, and let's see what my role is because we have to determine who's helping who. But since you rolled first, I guess we're going with you. I got a 25 to help him, so
Okay.
I guess I give him a +2 to 27.
All right, so the taste is of both sweat, but then sweet perfume. As you come to the realization, this is a serum of sex shift.
Serum?
Upon drinking this
That's
potion, your biology
shift.
instantly transforms into the opposite sex, changing your
Okay.
appearance in as well. You have mild control over the details of the change, but you retain a strong family resemblance to your former appearance. That means you cannot switch to being a dwarf. If you're a human, you're going to be a human. If you're an Oreed, you'll be an Oreed, and so forth. The magical functions instantly and cannot be counteracted. Your new natty is a healthy and functional as your previous body, potentially allowing you to proceed drinking. This allows you to either revert, or drinking another one will allow you to revert back to your original form, or adopt other sexual characteristics as you choose. The elixir has no effect if you are pregnant or from an ancestry whose has no sex differences. Most ancestries have a wide spectrum of sexual differences, some common and some more rare. That one is a level 7 item.
Okay. Well,
The last thing I have is the magical breastplate.
all right. Would you like me to try to identify this, or would you like to try to identify it?
It doesn't matter.
I will cast
We both have the
guidance.
same score, technically.
Oh, I guess. I mean, rolling
Actually,
really.
mine's a 14. Yours is a 13.
I will cast guidance on 7, and then I say, I will assist you the best I can, 7. So that's a 22 so far, and then I give his 22 a +2. So 24.
So for 24, let's see. It is magical. It is a suit of magic armor and simply a suit of armor, or explorer's clothes, etched with fundamental runes. The armor has an increased AC bonus and a resistant rune added to the center of it that gives you bonuses to saving throws. It is a set of scale mail. So it is a +1 scale mail armor with a rune of resistance, which gives you
Okay,
+1 to saving throws, and it'll give you +1 to AC.
So my
And
AC would go to 27.
It is scale mail. If you can wear scale mail armor, then you can wear this armor.
The scale mail medium armor.
I believe scale mail is medium armor.
Then yes, I can wear medium armor.
So it's the scale mail +1. Then it has a resistant rune that's in the middle of it that gives you +1 to saves, which goes to all of your saves. Fortitude, one for fortitude, one for will, and
Technically, I was already
one for
wearing
dex.
scale mail. You said it had a rune.
Yes, the rune is inside of it.
What? Sort by level. What rune is it?
The rune, or the resilient rune.
Resilient.
This is a level 8 item.
Resilient. I don't see anything that says that on here. I see Sinister Night Rune, Energy Resistant, Fire Energy Resistant, Cold, Invisibility, Energy Resistant Acid, Slick Greater, and Energy Resistant Electricity. Those are level 8s.
I will send it to you, Blake, on your phone, because it's easier for me to send it.
Oh, Resilient, here it is. It's on there. Found it.
C7, we didn't need to pay anyone for this.
+1 armor potency rune.
Yeah, it has 2 runes. It has 2 runes in it.
It has a potency, increase item AC by 1, and a resilient rune. On sale. Okay.
So you gonna wear that armor?
Okay. Yeah. I was already technically wearing scale mail, so yes, I can put this on instead.
Yep. The scale mail you had did not have any rune slots on it, but this new one only has the 2 rune slots. That's it. So you won't be able to put any more runes into it. But you could always take one of the runes out and replace it with a different one if you wanted to.
Okay, so my armor goes up to 27. Alright. I'm good to end now if you guys want.
Yeah, I mean,
we can finish the rest of it because I want to go to the shop, but that's probably going to take a while because I want to look at some stuff.
Yeah, and we can always talk about that as well throughout the week.
Okay.
All right.
What I was just gonna look for in town was I was just gonna go around and I guess I already heard about the city that begins with the letter D. I forgot what that
Demore.
is. Already.
Demore.
Demore. Yeah, I was just gonna look around and see if anyone here was like a sage or an astronomer.
You see a large,
astronomer.
decent-sized chapel.
No observatories with giant, like with windows or anything pointing skyward.
Not at this city.
Okay.
This one's more medieval in feel.
Well, I mean, telescopes can be anywhere, but yeah, I will just say I'll cover it in the next one.
Okay, sounds good to me. All right, so that is where we will end for tonight. Awesome sesh, guys. I appreciate you guys all being here for it, and I had a blast.
All right, see you guys next week.
See you guys next week.